Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this 5-day workshop on image processing using Matlab. So, I would like to welcome Ajay Gupta, Anita Ghosh, Sunil Kumar, and Nayab, MD Sin, Sai Kumar Dusa, Saurabh, David, Manoj, Adroit, Arun Kumar, Nikhil Bhagwat, Harshimran. Okay. If I am audible, type audible in the chat window. Am I audible? Prakash, good evening. Devika, good evening. Rahul, good evening. Ayush, Anupav, Jainam, good evening. Sai Priya, good evening. Sushil Kumar Singh, Rahul Gupta. Okay. Thank you for coming and in this okay. So in this 5 days workshop, like what you are going to learn on this 5 days workshop. Day 1, you are going to learn the basics of Matlab. Today we are going to learn basics. Here we are going to learn what is command window, what is editor window, and how to create breakpoints, and how to declare variables, and how to create an M file, and how to create a live script, and how to write for loop, if loop, while loop, and switch case statements. And so all these things will be covered. We will be covering up today. Okay. On day 2, we will be covering up the basics of image processing, like how to read images and how to store and resize images, and how to read various file formats, and how to apply noise, and how to apply median filter. So all these things which we will be covering up in day 2 and basics of image processing. In day 3, we will be covering up computer vision using Matlab. Like here we will be covering up 3 applications. One is face detection and facial features detection, like how to detect eyes and nose and mouth on an image, and how to detect face by using Viola-Jones algorithm, and how to apply optical character recognition for an image, and barcode recognition and QR, that will be covering up on computer vision using Matlab. And day 4, we will be covering up graphic user interface, so that you could develop your own GUI based application on Matlab. So how to use push buttons, toggle buttons, and access and slider. So all these things which we will be covering up on day 4, GUI using Matlab. And day 5, we will be covering up how to create a simple deep learning application from scratch. So in this, we'll be covering up gesture recognition, like an application for gesture recognition. We'll be building the CNN from scratch. It's a 5-layer CNN, and like we train the CNN and we classify the algorithm. Okay. So on day 5 is about deep learning. We'll be covering up deep learning. So day 1. So these are the things which you are going to learn on this 5 days. Okay. So I'll try to make the session interactive. So for each and every module, I'll go through the chat, and I will if I have any feedbacks, I'll try to make it. Once again, I thank you for your time. So before we go into the session, I would like to give a short introduction about Pantec. Pantec was started in the year 2004 by a team of 4 young entrepreneurs, and we basically manufacture lab equipments for ECE as well as for EEE. Like we manufacture embedded motherboards, microcontroller boards, DSP boards, and FPGA boards, and renewable energy lab trainer kits for EEE, and like energy trainers and fuel cell. Those units we manufacture, and we also manufacture EEG headset, consumer grade EEG headset in India, and AI development boards. So if you want to know more about our products and services, you could visit our website pantecsolutions.net. Okay. So about me, my name is M.K. Jeevarajan. I completed my master's in the year 2004 from College of Engineering, Guindy, and my bachelor's in 2002 from Government College of Engineering, Bago. So I have around 16 years of experience. Like I have worked on various microcontrollers, starting from 8051 to PIC, AVR, ARM, and PSOC microcontrollers. And DSP boards, I have worked on both analog devices and Texas Instruments. And FPGA, I have worked on both Xilinx as well as on Altiera. So I take care of the research and development team in Pantec, and I am responsible for the new product development. So I used to work on schematic design, like I used to go through the schematic design team and layout design team and the complete board bringer process. So this session is about sharing my knowledge with you. So I have worked on various algorithms, on image processing algorithms, starting from compression, segmentation, deep learning applications and machine learning applications. So this session is about sharing my knowledge to you. So I hope it will be useful for you, and I try to keep my best. Okay. So I have an announcement, like Pantech is not associated with Matlab. So if you want to download Matlab, you could visit the MathWorks website. You could visit the MathWorks website. I have provided the link to download the trial link in the description box. So it's a 30 days trial. You could download from MathWorks website. And the announcement, like the attendance sheet will be available at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. and the Q&A session will be at the end of the session, like so that you could post the Q&As at the end of the session. Okay, so for each and every module, I will give a pass and look to the chat. So if I have a feedback, I'll try to correct it. Okay. So today, day one, in this session, like today, we are going to cover up like the introduction part of Matlab and the scripts and live scripts. We are going to see what is script and what is live script, and how to declare variable arrays and matrix. That we are going to cover up today, and loops and functions, like how to write a for loop, a simple for loop, a simple if loop, and a simple while loop and switch case, and how to define your own functions. That we are going to cover up today, and how to write a program for plots and subplots, okay, subplots, and how to save, read, and write matrix. So introduction, like MathWorks was founded by Clay Moeller in 1984, and Matlab is like it is his PhD thesis. He's a mathematician. He's not an engineer. He's a mathematician. He introduced Matlab as a simulation tool. Like simulation means like no need to go for hardware. You could verify that in software. Okay. So it is used for algorithms. Basically, it's a mathematical tool. Okay. Mathematical tool. So wherever you have mathematics, you could use Matlab. Okay. And it can be interfaced with other high-level language. Like you could interface Matlab with C or C++ or Java, .NET, and VHDL. So any kind of, like even in deep learning like TensorFlow, Python. So it can be interfaced at the same thing. You could also interface C with Matlab. On either way, it is possible. Okay. Matlab has its own syntax. Like Matlab has its own syntax, and it has separate. The Matlab language. It's a different language. Like and it could be used for basically it's a mathematics computing tool. Okay. So the application wise, like it could be used for aerospace, biometrics, and medical field, finance, banking applications, control systems, and neural networks, fuzzy logic. It's a wide area. Like you could use Matlab almost in all places, even in marketing, sales and marketing. You could use Matlab, and like electric vehicle, power electronics, electrical and electronics, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, animation. So everyone can almost, wherever you use mathematics, you could use Matlab. So applications, you have a lot of applications on Matlab. The main like advantage of going with Matlab is like you could reduce the design time. Right? When you implement the same thing on any other high-level language like C or any other tool, it takes a lot of time. Whereas in Matlab, you could minimize the time. Okay. So I'm going to open Matlab. So okay, I'm opening Matlab. So let's go practical. So once you open Matlab, this is the window which you see. Like you will be having an editor window where you could type the programs, and a command window where you could type a single line of program. Okay. Command window is used to type single line of program. If you want to have multiple lines, then you have to open that in an editor window and you have to type the program. Okay. So and you in command history, like you could see whatever the commands you type in the command window, it will be stored in the command history. And workspace, whatever the variable you type in command window, that will be stored in workspace. When you give exit, when you exit MATLAB, this workspace variables will disappear. Okay, so whenever you have to run the program, you have to put that variables on workspace. Only if that variable is in workspace, you will get the output. Okay, just like memory. And other than this current folder, the first thing what you have to do in MATLAB is to change the path. Okay, by default it will be in, like in the root path. So the first thing is you have to change the path. To change the path, I have a folder called day1 in the desktop. So I open the program. Okay, so I create a folder. Okay, so I copy the path. And I type cd single quotes and paste. Okay, and enter the path. Okay, so once you give cd stands for change directory. For installation of MATLAB, like you could visit MathWorks website and you could download the trial. Just a simple thing, and you have a lot of videos on YouTube, as well as you have a lot of documentations on MathWorks website also to install the trial version. Okay, so I have not got up the installation part here. So the first thing is to change the path. Once you type cd, or you could also go to the top, you right click, go and paste it here and give enter. So that will change the path. Okay, so by default, MATLAB will only look into this folder. So it will, if for example, if you want to read an image, the image has to be stored in this folder. Then only it could read the image or a video file. If you have stored in some other place, then you have to include the path where you have stored the image and where you have stored the video. Okay, so the first thing is to change the path. So you could CLC stands for clear script on the command window. CLC clear is for variable clear. So it will clear all the variables which was stored in the workspace. Clear. And close all is a command which is used to close all the figures which was opened by the previous programs. Okay, close all is a command which is used to close all the figures which was opened in the previous program. Okay, so I'm just declaring a variable a equal to 5. A equal to 5. As like C language, no need of any declaration here, like integer C or character, no need of any declaration. Okay, you just type a equal to 5. The value will be stored in the workspace. Just type who's of a. It will give you the size of the array, and it will give you the bytes and class. Okay, what class is it, and how many bytes it has been taken to store. Okay, so if I want to declare a string, just mention that in a single quotes. You got a string and check for who's of B. Okay, who's of B is scatter. So as like C, no need of any declaration here. You could just type a equal to 5. You could declare an array without any declaration, like array declaration, like you just type a equal to the syntax. Okay. So for so if I want to include the edit, okay, so this will open an editor window where I could type the same program here, CLC for clear string, clear for variable clear, and closer for closing all the figures which was opened in the previous window. So a equal to 5, I just type a simple addition program, b equal to 6 and c equal to a plus b. Okay, c equal to a plus b, and disp of c is used for display the variable. Okay, so if you include that in a single quotes addition, so that will display the string. Okay, save the program as example 1. I save the program as example 1. I explain the code line. So I have CLC clear close all, a equal to 5, b equal to 6, and c equal to a plus b. Okay. So you could keep a breakpoint at line number 6. Breakpoint is used to stop the execution of the program. Okay. It is used to stop the execution of the program. Go for editor window and click run. There's an icon on the top. You just click run. Okay. So once you run the program, so the program will stop at the breakpoint. where you have clicked the breakpoint, right? It will stop at the breakpoint, so that you could analyze the variables. Like if you keep a cursor on the variables, it will show what is the variable. It is used to debug. Okay? When you have a lengthy code, and if you have a problem with the code, and if you want to debug the code, then breakpoint is the best option to debug the code. So C you could keep a breakpoint on the next point and give continue, so it will stop on the next thing. Okay? So the output will be displayed on the command window. C equal to A plus B, disp of add and disp of C. Okay? So to declare an array, to declare an array, just type A equal to 1 plus to 10. So this will take from A to 1 to 10. Okay? So it takes the A value of A to 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10. You could also declare an array by straightly giving the values. Okay? This is also, you could also declare the array by straightly giving this value. Okay? And like B equal to, like if you want to declare a matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So this is a matrix. This is a matrix. Okay? So if you want a transpose of this matrix, C equal to B dash to give you the transpose of the matrix. If you want to access the matrix value, like C equal to, for example, I want to access a value on C, you could directly give the location for 1, 1. Okay? And if you give 1, 2, it will access the value. You could also change the value in either way, like 1, 3 equal to 9. Okay? So C equal to 1, 4, 9, 2, 5, 8, and 3, 6, 9. Okay? C equal to C of, you could either store the value. So this is, if you want to find the maximum value of the matrix, you find D equal to max of C. Okay. So this will give you the maximum value. If you want to find the minimum value, like D equal to min of. I'm using max for 2 times. So I'll show you like what happens when you use for 1 time. Okay. So CLC, I'm declaring an array. So I will. So this is A. Okay. When you use max value 1 time, so it takes only the columns and give the maximum value. Okay. When you use a maximum value again, like B equal to max of A, so it gives the maximum value. Okay. So so far we have got how to declare an array, and how to declare a matrix, and how to check the maximum value of maximum value of a matrix. The same thing, the same command can also be used. Max can also be used to get the maximum value of an array. Okay. So so far is it clear? If it is clear, you just type clear in the chat box. I will go through the chat. Is it clear? If it is clear, like you just type clear in the chat box. Okay. Or if I want to go slow, just type slow in the chat box so that I could go slow. Okay. Thank you, Pujita. Thank you, Monto Patel. Thank you, Shaksan Agarwal, and thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Kothur, and thank you so much. Okay. And we will see the difference between the script and the live script. Okay. So script, the one what you see is a script. It's which has an M file extension. Okay. Go for new and click a live script. So the only difference between script and live script is like you could have image, you could have text, you could have heading, everything in live script. Okay, you could everything in live script. It's just like a Jupyter notebook. So This is an live script is best used for the educators. So who want to teach Matlab and who want to who want to communicate the algorithms and want to explain the step-by-step process of the algorithm, then you could put it on the live script so that you could have the explanations as a text format, and you could add the image, equations, everything you want. So I'm going to copy this script and I'm going to paste it on the live script. Okay? I'm going to paste it on the live script. Save the program as example 2. Okay? Save the program as example 2. You click here and you have an option to just click text on the top and you could choose a title. Okay? So this is a title. This is a title and heading 1. Okay, you could also include the heading and the paragraph. The paragraph you could type a paragraph. Okay. If you want an image, you could insert the image also. Like I'm going to insert the image from the desktop. Okay, so image. So save the program. I'm going to save the. I'm going for live editor. I'm going to save the program and run the program. Okay, there are 3 icons on the right hand side, okay, which will display the output on the. If you want the output on the right hand side, this is the first icon. First icon is output on the right. Okay, the middle icon is output inline. So if I click output inline, so and click the run button again, so the output will be displayed inline of. Okay. And so save the program. You could export to a PDF format. You want, if you could export that to a Word format or HTML format or LaTeX format. Okay, so whatever format you want, you can export. I'm going to export to PDF. So save the program. So it just export, a new PDF is created on the file. So this is a PDF. So which contains a title, heading, and the output. Okay. Output. So if you save this, I'm going to rename as example 3 because so that it will also give you the code. Okay. Sorry, save as export to PDF. Example 3. Okay, it also gives you the code. So script is will have only the code and the command lines. For a live script, like it's like a Jupyter notebook. Like you could have the title, image, and you could have the equations, everything. Okay, everything here. So the next module is functions. How to write your own functions. You just go for new. There is an option to create script and live script. So that's we have got up. So you click script, it will create an M file. If you create a live script, it will create a file with .mls extension. Okay, .mls extension, and you create a function here. Like you just create a function. Okay, so the function. This is the function you have. So I'm going to edit this function. Add. This is the function name. I'm going to write a simple program for addition. Add a comma b. Okay. So the output argument is c. The output argument is c, and c equal to, like I'm going to add c equal to a plus b. When you save the program, you have to save the name, the function name, and the file name should be same. You save the program, add.a. You should not save on the some other name like addition or something else. It should this file name, and this function name should be same. Okay, add of a comma b. Okay, I'll go slow. Okay, this function name and the file name should be same. Okay. So you could go for new. You could click a function. This will open a default function, and you could change. So this right hand side, or this is the input arguments. Okay, and the left hand side is the output argument. So I'm going to create a main file, and I'm going to include. So I'm going to get a variable a equal to 4 and b equal to 6. Okay. So I'm going to call this function c equal to add of a comma b, and I will show you like how it works. This of c. Save the program. Example 4. Okay. So I keep a breakpoint here to stop the execution of the program. There is a run button there, like when you click run, so it stops the execution there. Then if you want to go inside this function, you click step in. There's a button called step in. So once you click step in, it will go inside this function. You could keep the cursor on the top of the variable to visualize what is there inside the variable. Okay. So unclick step in. So this will come out of the function. Step. So this c is the output. Okay. So I'm going to create one more function for multiplication. So I just copy this function here. Just copy this function. Okay. I'm going to change this operator. Save the program. mul.m. Okay. So once you save the program, this function name and the file name should be saved. mul.m. Okay. Function name and the file name should be saved. So I'm going to copy this to mul. Okay. This is d. Okay. So disk of c and this is disk of d. Disk of d. Okay. You save the program and run the program. So c contains of like the addition part and d contains the multiplication part. So if you want to see the step-by-step of the program, keep a breakpoint. Breakpoint is used to stop the execution of the program. Click run, step in, click step in to step inside this program. C equal to a plus b, step in, step out, step in, it will go inside this function. So you could check whatever the value you want, you could check and you could visualize. Okay. So function is used to, like, if you have some repeated codes, this you could write the repeated codes as a function and you could call the function whenever you want. Okay, that's the use of function. This of c and this of. So if both the function and the live function are same, the only advantage in live function is you could have the text document or image or whatever the thing you want, keep it inside the file. Okay. So if function is clear for you, just type clear in the chat box. I want to say like whether it is clear or not. Okay. So this video will be available for this week. So you could practice on your own. On going through this video, you could practice on your own. Breakpoint, you just click on the left hand side, like on 3, or there is a small icon. Just click on that. You could keep a breakpoint. Okay. So double click, or else you just keep a cursor over here and just go for breakpoints. And there is an option to set or clear breakpoints. Just click set breakpoints. It will set the breakpoints. Okay. So clear. Thank you Aish, thank you Indushri, like thank you Abhi, thank you Rahul Kumar, thank you Montu Patel, thank you Rohan, thank you Shantanu Singh. Okay, thank you. So forgive me if I pronounce your names wrongly. Okay. So the next is loops. We'll be covering up if loop. First we'll go for if loop, then like for loop and while loop. Okay. So again, I'm going to take a equal to input. Input is to get the input from the command window. To get the input from the command window, just type enter the number. Okay. If a greater than 5, else if a equal to 5, okay, else end it. Okay. So I adjust this one. So this is the indent. If you want to do indent, so this will move. Okay, on the top you have an indent to align. If you want to align like this one, and if you want to align here like the right hand side, like this will align. So intent is to align the program. If so, I'm going to save the program. Save the program as example file. Okay. So this I'm going to just display A is greater than 5. Okay. A is greater than 5. This A is 5. A is 5. Okay. This A is 5 and this A is less than 5. Okay. Save the program. Save the program and run the program. To run, there is an option for if you have a if you have an icon like this, like K. Okay. It means it is already the program was the starting point was in the other program, so you have to quit this program. So to quit, you have to type db quit on the command menu. That's debug quitting. Okay, you have to quit the debugging process. So after that, it will become a normal prompt where you could type the commands. Okay. So if I run the program here, please run. Okay, so if I run the program here and if I give 10 here, okay, so A is greater than 5. Okay. If give 4 here, like A is less than 5. Okay. So input, it's very simple. Like if A greater than 5, this A is greater than 5. Else if A equal to 5, this A is 5. Else this A is less than 5. Okay. A equal to input, enter the number. So this is a simple if loop. Okay. So and next is for loop. So I'm going to declare A equal to 5. A equal to 5. Okay. For I equal to, it means 1 to 10. It's going to run from the value I is going to run from 1 to 10 and okay. So I'm just going to increment the value A equal to A plus 1. So and I'm going to display this of A. Okay. Save the program. Example 6. Okay. Save the program as example 6. I keep a breakpoint here. So run the program. So I'm going to use step so to show how it happens, like 10 times. To go for 10 times, and the loop will get incremented for 10 times. A equal to A plus 10 times. After that, it will come down like so. The value of is 50. Okay. So you could also give an increment value. If you give 2, so then it will take 2 as an increment value. So it will go for 1, 2, 4, right. So keep a breakpoint. Let us check the increment value. Okay. So if you check the value, the value of I is 1. For the second time, the value is 3. Okay. It will increment the value of I by 2. Okay. Then 5. I equal to 5. Okay. If you want to improve the increment value, you could also include the increment value on the for loop. If you want to have multiple for loop, that is also possible for j equal to 1 to 10. Okay. So have an inner loop. So this will run for 100 times. This loop will run for 100 times. So the output will be 105. If you check, the output is 105. Okay. So if the if loop and for loop is clear, so no need to worry about the attendance form. Okay. Knowledge is a key takeaway on the session. Okay. So certificates, it's okay, but knowledge is the key takeaway. And if loop and for loop. Okay. Is that clear? If it is clear, just type clear in the chat box. So we can go for the next one. Okay. Okay, clear. Thank you, Shivam. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Triptika. Thank you. Okay, the next is switch case. If loop for while loop, we'll call while dbq for debugging the code. Okay. Okay, I shall go slow. Okay. A equal to 5 while a less than 100. While a less than 100 and a equal to 5 while a less than 100. So a equal to a plus 1. So a equal to 5 while a less than 100, a equal to a plus 1. Okay. So this continue till a, the value of a is 100. Okay. So I'm going to display the value this of a. So it's a simple value. Save the program as example 7. Okay. Save the program as example 7 and run the program. I'm going to run the program. So it breaks on the loop 100. If you want to have an infinite loop, so it breaks on 100 while a less than 100, a equal to a plus 1, this of a. Okay. So if you want to like if you want to have an infinite loop, you could change this as while of 1. While of 1. Okay. While of 1. And you could have if you could have a break condition if a equal to 50. Okay. And break the loop here. Just type break here to break the loop at 50. So save the program and run the program. So I'm going to keep a breakpoint here. Okay. So indent. Okay. Save the program. So a equal to a plus 1, it should be on the okay, it should be here. Okay, so the program is okay. The program I have to place a equal to a plus 1 on the top. Okay. So run the program. So it will break at 50. So I remove the breakpoints. So if I keep a breakpoint and if I check the value of a is 50, so it breaks out the loop and it comes and displays the value. Okay. So here is the like if a equal to 5. If a equal to 5. So like this is an infinite loop while of 1, a equal to a plus 1, and if a equal to 15, break. Okay. So this is a simple while loop, and the next example is switch case. Switch case. Okay. So for switch case, I'm just going to copy this one. Okay. I'm going to just copy this one. Switch. Okay. Okay. Switch of A. You just type case 1. If it is case 1, you have to. This is case 2. Okay. And this is case 3. Otherwise, okay. Otherwise, unyet. This is a simple example for switch case. So case 1 is this. I'm just going to display this is 1. Okay. So whatever the command you want, you could write in the blue statements. Case 2. Okay. And this is case 3. This is case 3. Okay. So save the program. Example 8. Okay. So CLC clear. I'm going to give clear. So if I run the program, so I give 2, it tells case 2. Okay. Run the program again, enter 1, it tells case 1. If you want to give a character like string or like that. So then you could include this as string. Okay. Switch A, instead of this, like case A displays 1, for case B it displays 2, and for case C like display 3. Okay. Say the program. Say the program, run the program. Okay. So A, enter the number A, it displays 1. So I run the program again and enter B, it displays 2. Okay. So this is for string. Then no need of this one. This is to get the input, string input. So for string you have to mention it within single quotes. Okay. If it is a numeric value, you could directly give the value, case 1 or case 2 or case 3. So switch case is clear, right? While loop, switch case and while loop, is that clear? Switch case and while loop. Justin, thank you. Justin, Lakshmi, thank you. Okay, Ranjit Kumar, thank you. Okay, Gokul, Lakshmi, thank you. Okay, the next is the plot. Okay, we're going to see. I'm going to write a program for plot and subplots, CLC. Okay, and I'm going to clear for variable clear for variable clear, and then like I'm going to declare linear space array, lin space of 0, 6, 0, 6, and b equal to sign of a, okay, b equal to sign of a, and plot of a comma b. So plot of a comma b. Save the program. This is example 9. Okay. Save the program and run the program. So this is the plot. Okay. So if you want to switch on the grade 1, grade 1, and grade 1. Okay. If you want to give the like the text, okay, the color, if you want to give a color for this, you give this color G or red or blue, whatever Matlab supports. Line width, you could give the line width, okay, line width is 4. I just open a figure to open it in new figure. Okay, so close all the programs just open in the previous and click run. Okay, so this is the one which has the line width and the color is green here. Okay. So if you want like C equal to cos of like cos of A comma cos of B, cos of A. So you could have X label, like X label is used for X axis, okay, X axis, and Y label is for Y axis. So all these things I hope you should have covered up in your curriculum, like on title, this is title, and Gtext is, you could place the text anywhere, place text, okay, place text anywhere. Okay, so place text anywhere, and I put one more and legend is sign. Okay. Before this, I plot this one, plot of A comma C. Okay. Hold on. Save the program. Save the program and run the program. Okay. So put the text. So this is the legend. This is the legend, and this is the title. Okay. This is the X label, X axis, and Y label, Y axis. This is the grid 1, and this is Gtext. you could place it anywhere on the place text anywhere. So you could move the cursor and you could place the text anywhere on the graph, the text. So subplot, I'm going to comment this figure, and I'm going to totally 3 plots are there. Subplot. So 1 rows, 3 columns, and this is the first plot. Okay, subplot of 1 comma 3 comma 1. Subplot of 1 comma 3 comma 1. So I'm copying this one. Paste this one. This is 2. Okay, and this is 3. And this is 3. Okay. Save the program and run the program. So this is an example for plot and subplot. Okay, so 1 rows and like 3 columns. Okay. So if you want 2 rows and 2 columns, if you have one more graph, and if you want, I'm going to show how 2 rows and 2 columns. This is the 4th. This is 2 rows and 2 columns. I will explain the code one more time. Save the program and run the program. Okay. So this is the subplot for 2 rows and 2 columns. I explained the code. So linspace is a command which is used to create a linear space array. Okay. And this is sign of a will give you the sign value of this array. Subplot is a command which is used to plot more than one plots on a single figure. Okay. Plot A comma B will plot the graph, and grid on is just to draw the lines to switch on the grid. And subplot of 2 rows and 2 columns, okay, plot A comma B, and this line width is 4. Okay, this G is the color. Okay, X label X axis and Y label Y axis, like X label for X axis and Y label for Y axis, and title for title. Okay. G text is to place the text anywhere. Okay, and cos of A will give you the cost value, and hold on is to hold the like it is when you want to plot, same plot, you have to use hold on, otherwise no need of hold on here. And subplot of 2 comma 2, 2 rows and 2 columns, and 3 plot of A comma C. So this is a program for plot and subplots. So is that clear? Is that clear? So we have only, like, we come to the end. Okay, voice is going. Okay. So to save the variable, like if you want to save the variable on Matlab, you just save whatever the variable you want to save, A comma A, that will save, that will create as a mat file. Okay. Even if you clear, and you could load the same thing, load A, that will load the mat file. Okay, it will load the mat file. So and if you want to convert this program ex1.m to a P code protected files, you just type P code of ex1.m. So this will convert this file to ex1.p. It means protected codes, you cannot view the program. Okay, you cannot view the program. So ex1.p. So just I'm going to delete this file ex1. Okay, ex1.p. So it will display. So this we have come to the end. Like so far we have covered up. In today's session, like we have covered up scripts and live scripts, and variables, arrays, and matrix we have covered up, and loops and functions we have covered up, and plots and subplots we have covered up, plots and subplots. We have not covered up the bar graph and the pie graph. Okay. Import and exports, like how to save and load the variables, that we have covered up. Okay. So we have a 30-day internship on Matlab. So like we'll be covering the basics of Matlab. Image and video processing, neural networks, fuzzy logic, neural fuzzy logic, machine learning, deep learning, and app development, and graphic user interface development, and speech and audio processing. So if you want to enroll this internship, like these are the projects which are included in that, like the compression, image segmentation. Totally there are 15 projects. I have listed only 10 projects here. Totally there are 15 projects. image compression, segmentation, denoising, object recognition, gesture recognition, augmented reality, steganography, and cryptography and semantic segmentation. Okay, it's a 30 hours content. So if you want to know more about more details, like you could visit this URL pantechsolutions.net/internship. And the recorded, it was through our portal. It was given through the portal learning management solution, like from learn.pantechsolutions.net. The offer is 750 rupees. If you want, you could join the 30 days challenge so that you could practice on your own time. Definitely, it will make you a master. Okay. So with this, I thank you for your time. So I'll take Q&A session. Let me check for the chat. Okay. So thank you for your time. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you could ask me. You could ask me on the chat. I will go through your questions and get back. Thank you, Yash. Thank you, Tanu. Thank you, Meda. Thank you, Ram Pandit. Thank you, Tota. Thank you, Gopal. Thank you. How much per day? It's like Palash. It is for it just like an the LMS portal. Like it will have 3 months of access. You could get 3 months of access. Kavita Sharma. Thank you, Akash. Thank you, Anushra. And thank you, Android. Thank you, Taptika. Thank you, Madhu. Thank you, Kunal. Thank you, Shashi. Thank you, Divya. Thank you, Kaval. Any questions you have? Any questions? I will take at least 5 to 10 questions today. Thank you, Montu. Thank you, Montu. Thank you, George. Thank you, Mahima. Thank you, Ranjit. Thank you, Ayush. Thank you, Shishil. Thank you, Vijay Lakshmi. Thank you, Jaginder. Thank you, Gopal. Thank you, Shivam. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Montu. Thank you, Shrikar. Thank you, Tarun. Thank you. Sir, really complete this project. Thank you. Matlab Android applications can be used. You want to? I think we have. Jeet, are you looking for integrating Matlab with Android application? Matlab has to have a mobile version, so you could deploy it as an web app and you could load it on the mobile version. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. How to uncode the P code? You cannot, Badruddin, you cannot decode the P code. Okay, but you could convert the code to P code. The purpose of the P code is to protect the Matlab files. For example, you have your own algorithm. And you want to sell that algorithm, then you could give us a P file. Okay, just protect the code, or you could also give us a setup file. You could deploy. You could give us a setup file, deployable file for them. So P code you cannot track. Okay. Legend is just to display. For a Manjunath, legend is just for display, like to show which process sign and which process pass. What is the difference between fprintf and sprintf and disp? Disp is just display, whereas fprintf, it's just like whatever the commands which you use in C language, you could use in fprintf, file printf here. It is also used to print up on the files like fread. Along with the fread, you could save the data on the text file, or you could or XLS file. You could declare whether it's an integer format or all those things, decimal, float values. Whereas disk you cannot do that. Like disk is just used to display the string as well as the variable. The next session is on 8 o'clock. Like we have Simulink, MATLAB Simulink. So for all the power electronics, not only power electronics, if you want to learn Simulink, we have a session on 8 o'clock. Was taken by Matlab, and you could attend. I want you to attend the session. Like it is also a 5-day session on MATLAB Simulink, 8 o'clock. Thank you, Balakrishna. Thank you, Dharmesh. Thank you, Kalvili. Thank you, Saujanya. Thank you, Danesh. Thank you, Pravanjan Civil. Okay. Classification learner in the MATLAB tool is one of the machine learning, right? Not deep learning, am I right? Yes. Aisha Jasmine. Okay. Classification learner is used for machine learning. For deep learning, there is a deep learning designer. You use deep learning designer. function of two variable, but in code we need to provide more than two variables. Yes, you could. Shuri Prakash, what if we declare a function for two variables? You could have as much of variables you want. The input variable and the output variable, you could add, like, even if you want 10, you could add 10, or more than 10 also you could add. Okay, there is no limitations. A delay, the US dollars just cost them $10, right? $10. $10. Abhishek, Srishaw, thank you. Palash, thank you. Internship doing. You have a Palash, you have a discount coupon on batch. You could, the link is on the description box. Bhavani, can you show the notes? This video is available for 5 days, so you could practice. Go through the videos and you could practice. Okay. Command is for Shushri. Command. See, command. Command window. I think you were asking about the command window, right? Panda is asking command windows for writing single line of command. If you want to write a single line of command, if you want to execute the single line of command, if you want to see the results, you could use command window. Okay. If you have more number of codes, then you only have to go with the editor window. Yutika Jana, thank you so much. Kamlesh, thank you. Voice break. Chandramurti, noted. The point is noted. Bhargavi, thank you. Puneet, thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming. Meet you on the next session tomorrow. Until then, bye bye.